This is how you can get a stream of 7 to 23 qualified sales meetings every single week in less than 30 days by leveraging the VNS system and artificial intelligence. Scale your marketing and stack your sales pipeline without having to hire SDRs, build complex sales funnels, or ruin your brand. Now, let's quickly go over Think Consulting Group case study, right? The founder is Mrs. D'Agostino, right? And I've worked with a few of her companies. Now, some of the companies include thinktankcoaching.com, thinkviewmedia.com, right? So Think Consulting Group went from 0 to $1 million in 12 months. Last year, 2022, they did 5 million and are projecting 15 million in 2023, right? I did lead gen and marketing for 4 of her companies, as well as for a few of her partners and clients, including a company that managed over $200 million in ad spend, right? Their coaching program scaled over 400 plus companies to 6, 7, and 8 figures in various industries. I not only did their lead gen, but I was also the lead gen coach / consultant in the program at the time, and I helped scale a few of these companies. Now, over here, on their websites, you can definitely check out some of the testimonials that we have from the countless clients that we've worked with. And a part of her agency, I was also a part of the marketing team and the system integration team, where we build different processes for really, really big law firms and so on, right? So right here, you can check out a few testimonials from the coaching program, right, of people that enjoyed working with us, right, and so on. And over here, you can check out a few of the different portfolio companies and clients that we help them get, and so on, right? So let's get back to the presentation, right? So right here is a quick case study testimonial that she wrote to someone who reached out to her about me, right? She basically said, hey, he did my lead gen for almost a year. We parted ways, but only because my company stopped taking on clients for a while as we grew too quickly, which is, a pretty good problem to have, right? Here are some more clients and case studies, right? DCW Media, ThinkView Media, Media Mastery Now, Hack Your Leads, Marketing by Modification, Applied Sales Method, Scale Sales Academy, The Luxury Group, Passionate CEO, just to name a few, and salesprocess.io, right? Went from 0 to 5 million in 14 months with only 4 employees, leveraging these same strategies, right? So let's quickly go over the process, right? VNS system stands for Video Nurturing System, right? We want to add as much human touch into our process as possible, right? Which is right here, which is heavily in the trust building section of your long sales funnel, right? So one, we add videos to our outbound and pre-call flows to increase our sales meetings booking rate, right? We say we start with, 800 contacts a month, right? Based on interest, right? We either push a lead directly to a discovery call, right? 15-minute discovery call, or to a VSL where they can watch some of your, learn more about you, learn more about your business, and so on, right? Prior to them, obviously then they fill out a survey and they book a call, right? Prior to them booking a call, right? Now, as we start to book more and more qualified calls, right, we make sure that customers, love what we have, and then we scale up lead gen and then sales and repeat, right? Every case study would then be added into, the trust building part of our funnel, right? So who this is for, right? Maybe you have a budding business with a few paying customers, but you haven't cracked your sales funnel yet, right? You are thinking about hiring your first salesperson, or you hired your first salesperson, but you haven't gotten a return yet, right? Nothing seems to move the needle for you, right? Maybe you are spending money on ads on the Meta or LinkedIn network, but you are not predictably booking demos and appointments with the right people, right? You know that if you had, if you got more meetings, that you would be able to close accounts, right? But you haven't cracked this lead generation code yet, right? In other words, you can't hit a button and fill up your calendar or your salespeople's calendars, right? Maybe you are experimenting with cold emailing or cold calling, but it's just not working, right? Maybe you are spending your time going to meetings and trying to line up channel partners, but nothing is materializing, right? You are spinning your wheels and nothing is closing. Maybe you are going to conferences or events, but you haven't gotten any meaningful results, right? You have good conversations, but real revenue has yet to come in the door, right? Maybe you are a product focused CEO or founder and you tried to hire someone who knows how to sell, right? But they haven't brought home any real bacon yet, right? Maybe you are worried that if you don't get traction soon, you will let your team down, right? Your friends down, your family down, and you will be embarrassed, right? Or maybe you are worried that you are investing in the wrong activities and you are burning money fast. Maybe you are worried that you won't get traction before you run out of runway, right? As soon as that happens, you're going to have to close up shop, right? So if you've ever wondered why some businesses explode and others die in the water, and you thought there must be a clear reason why that happens, well, I want to tell you that you are right, right? There is a clear reason why, and I'll show it to you, right? In this space, you are racing against the clock. If you don't get traction soon, competitors will keep popping up and they will make more and more noise. You need traction as soon as possible so that you can keep the dream going, right? If your dream is to have a wildly profitable business, bring in revenue hand over fist, achieve stupid high margins, right? I want to tell you that it's completely possible if you follow this process, right? So this is again for businesses who have a working product or MVP and want to get their first customers and validate their business, right? Businesses who have a few customers and some revenue and are looking to scale up using inside sales and build their inside sales team. Businesses who already have an inside sales team and want help scaling it out and blowing up their business. Now, let me quickly give you a background on me. My name is Duno Clenor, and I'm the founder of Prime Setters Acquisition, right? I'm a roofer turned internet marketer, right? I founded PrimeSettersAcquisition.com, right? And I've helped a few hundred companies implement different lead gen and marketing systems over the past 4 years. I've worked with some of the top internet marketers in the world, including Dr. Duarte D'Agostino, JT Fox, Ty Lopez, Ravi Abubala, Jason Capital, Nick Cosman, just to name a few, right? So that's great for us, but what does this mean for you? Well, over the years, we have helped so many businesses in various industries that our process became extremely clear, right? Me then, right? I was learning to sell / give customers what they want by working with 2 different food truck services, and I was as well as making sandwiches at a deli, right? And this is me now over to the right. I now network with, learn from, and have access to high net worth individuals like celebrities, influencers, 9-figure millionaires, and billionaires, right? This guy right here, he's helped me master content marketing and that helped me blow up my TikTok in the coaching industry, right? Went from 0 to 70,000 followers in 3 months, right? Our clients also gain access to our network of 8-figure agencies and more, right? So let's go over the core concept, right? If you can understand this, right, everything will make sense, right? Booking 7 to 23 sales meetings every single week requires laser focused messaging, right? A repeatable and predictable marketing engine that scales, a repeatable and predictable sales process that scales with reps, and a pricing strategy that gives you a positive ROI within 30 days or less, right? Most founders and execs are not properly equipped with the skills to pull off such profitable growth since the mechanisms used are relatively unknown and new, right? Prime Setters Acquisition is the only company on the planet dedicated to helping companies like yours master these mechanisms and scale profitably, right? So why do we hypothesize the message and niche first? Well, remember, if you chase 2 rabbits, you will catch none, right? This is true for you and your business. You can achieve market message resonance, right? You can effectively target people, right? It's very expensive to market and reach out to the wrong people, right? High cost per click, right? If you are running paid ads, and low reply rates if you are running cold email campaigns, right? You can run conclusive experiments. If the niche validates false, then you can move on quickly, right? So why do we test the message and assets, with outbound prospecting or organic traffic before starting with paid sources? Well, if your message works with outbound prospecting or organic traffic, it will work when you strap ads behind it. If it doesn't work with outbound prospecting, it will not work when you run ads, and you will waste a ton of money, right? Outbound prospecting is cheap but labor intensive, right? It allows you to get real feedback from people that you can use to iterate your message and offer, which is why we also leverage AI into our process to remove some of the human capital, we'll say, right? So why do we test the offer and pitch ourselves before we hire someone to do it? Well, the initial script building and offer building process is hard and takes a lot of iteration, right? Salespeople are typically bad scientists and explorers, right? The CEO should be able to sell the first customers, right? Once they can do it, then they can duplicate the process with salespeople, right? So why do we sell before we invest serious resources in product development? Well, we need to validate that there is a thirsty market, right? The worst thing that we can do is build something that people don't want, right? The customer will tell you the truth behind their deposit or LOI, right? If they can't give you a deposit or LOI, you are probably not solving a meaningful enough problem for them, right? Building without this validation will result in failure down the road. You will converge to this anyway once you are in a cash crunch, right? So you might as well start using this method to save yourself your resources, right? The customer will tell you exactly what they want in the solution, right? It leaves the guesswork out of the product or solution development, right? So why do we focus on getting full payments and testimonials from clients before we scale up? Well, if you can't provide value to one customer, you won't be able to provide value to 1,000 customers. You need to start with a small batch of customers and deliver for them, right? This is where you usually introduce seed capital if you need it, right? It's very easy to raise seed capital if you can show investors LOI, deposits, contracts, etc. from the first customers. If a customer doesn't pay you in full, that means you didn't provide the promised value for the price you quoted, right? You will need to rework the solution until you provide enough value to the client, right? If a client pays in full and gives you a testimonial, that means you have something that people want. Now, Why do we start running paid ads after we validate the solution? Think about building a fire. Outbound prospecting is your kindling, and paid ads are your big, heavy logs that make the fire huge. Paid ads won't work unless you spend the time and energy honing your message and solution with organic and outbound sources, right? If you can't generate leads with paid sources, you will need to rework ads, funnel, and messaging, right? So why do we check the LTV slash CAC before we scale up? Well, if your LTV slash CAC is not greater than 3, then it's going to be extremely hard to collect any profits from your business. If it's under 1, then you will lose money, right? You want to make sure that you prove the unit case before you scale up, right? If you need to increase LTV, then spend resources improving products and offers, right? Expansion revenue, right? So this is an example of a sales team's calendar, right? I'll play this quick little video. Sweet. And then this is an example of sales team meeting and results. Sweet, sweet. Let's continue. And right here is just an example of a sales script, right? I'm not going to play the video. And this is an example of high velocity selling, right? Another short video, which you guys will also have access to this presentation. And let's continue. So let's go over the keys, right? One, you want to isolate your niche, right? Develop a message that perks up your niche. Validate your message with outbound prospecting. Validate your script by selling 5 to 10 customers yourself. Then you want to validate your solution that it delivers on the promise and it scales. Then you solve paid traffic slash lead generation slash promotion, right? Then we duplicate the process by hiring an inside sales team or using a dynamic video sales letter, right? Then we validate that your LTV slash CAC ratio is greater than 3, right? Meaning you spend $1,000 and you get $3,000 back. And then we stack growth capital and we scale up, right? So you have two options. You can learn this stuff on your own and risk burning money and valuable time, or you can work with me and get to your goal much, much faster and with less money, right? So again, let's go over the Think Consulting Group case study, right? Legit. I not only did their lead gen, but I was also the lead gen coach in the program at the time. And, I helped scale a few of these 400 plus different clients, right? They went from 0 to a million in 12 months. They went to 5 million in 2022 and are projecting 15 million in 2023, right? Below is a depiction of closers getting ramped up for salesprocess.io, right? Legit 0 to 5 million in 14 months with only 4 employees, right? They were averaging around 40K a month before hiring their first and second closers, right? And this is from Chart Module, and it's just, right here is when they were making around 40K. This is all with the main, with the CEO of the company, right? And then started implementing closers, right? First closer and then second closer. And, it just kept on scaling faster and faster, right? And again, this is for businesses who have a working product or MVP and want to get their first customers and validate their business. This is for businesses who have a few customers and some revenue and are looking to scale up using inside sales and build their inside sales team. This is also for businesses who already have an inside sales team and want help scaling it out and blowing up their business, right? Let's go over some quick and dirty benefits, right? You get to validate your sales pipeline very, very quickly, right? You get to your revenue goal very, very quickly, right? You remain extremely capital efficient, right? You hire the right people at the right time. You build an incredible business, right? And, let's kind of go over what happens when you sign up, right? So step one, right? Let's say we sign up today. You fill out the foundational sales copy templates, right? You write your assets using asset templates, right? From sales letters, different emails, video sales letters, et cetera, right? Then we structure your landing pages. Then we create email templates and launch your outbound campaigns, right? Then we create your opt-in pages for cold traffic and other channels, right? Then it's all about constant iterations to ensure meetings are getting booked. Step 8, we hire a sales team if needed based on where you are at. And really, everything is one-on-one, right? Manual reviews of everything, right? I didn't mention this earlier, but this is not a program, right? This is a one-on-one one-on-one engagement where I work with you in the entire process, right? Now, you might be asking why I'm not with that coaching program anymore. The main reason is because the clients that I've worked with on a one-on-one basis have gotten a lot better results than the clients when I was doing, a group program in a group setting, right? So what are your next steps? Well, fill out the questionnaire below and schedule a time to speak to one of our experts, right? We will be learning about your business and coming up with a plan for you, right? So have decision makers on the call, come ready to buy, watch content, do your research beforehand, bring your credit card in from the car, right? So let's go over who this is not for, right? This is not for folks without a business. This is not for folks, folks without a business, right? Folks without their first few bucks in revenue. Conservatives and pragmatists are okay. Super skeptics, not so much, right? It's okay to be skeptical and seek logical arguments, but coming in with a poor attitude won't help you very much, right? This isn't for tire kickers / people who are not serious about growing the hell out of their business, right? People who don't take action / are unable to pull triggers, people who are unwilling to invest in their business and self, and losers, right? So if you're one of these people, bye-bye, please, right? So again, this is Prime Studies Acquisition 101, done for you / done with you in-depth consulting, right? You would get access to templates, wireframe scripts, master plans, right? Support calls about twice a week, one-on-one manual reviews of everything, problem solving on weekly sessions. And, to be honest, we only bring on 10 new clients per month, right? Because it's one-on-one, right? We don't want to strap our time down with the amount of clients that we can work with, right? So get a price, book a call.